just Tony Allen. So who, by the way, only played 16 minutes because of what we just mentioned. He couldn't buy a bucket. No money in the world was going to buy Tony Allen a bucket last night. And, yeah, old Coach Yeager was like, come on over here, dude. We can't have any more of that. And as Rob mentioned, they proceeded to get it pushed in somewhat. These second-round series is just like I predicted, everybody. They showing you something. You know, you're getting it. You know, you're getting some nice competitive basketball. Like this Bull series, I got it on right now, I'll record, and there's a lot of like foolery going on. Like these dudes are, like I think Taj Gibson just got kicked out of the game, and like somebody just threw something at him like he's about to go in and slap somebody. So this is happening as we're recording.
This game getting crazy, man.
Yeah,
but you know what? And I saw this story a little while ago, and you actually mentioned it. I think it was last week when you were like Derek Cross and the people over with the Bulls were saying that even if the Bulls did win the championship or made it to the finals, there was a good chance that Skip wouldn't be there next year.
Yeah.
And then Mike Williams got fired in New Orleans today. And the first name that I even heard associated with the job was Tibbs.
Oh yeah, he's on everybody's list because everybody knows what's happening. He's on that Orlando list. He's on that. Who else needs to coach? Phoenix or somebody like that? Yeah, he's on everybody's list because they know that dude. Like the knock against him is that he don't know when to stop. Like he runs these dudes into the ground. But conversely, though, yeah, they tough as hell and they'll run through the wall for this dude. You know what I mean? Like, they don't give a damn about nobody that's not wearing red, basically. You know what I mean? By the way, Adam Silver's at the game. Why are these dudes showing out? Why are these dudes showing out and fighting? The commissioner sitting right there. Yeah, have fun tomorrow. We'll hear about this tomorrow on the old worldwide leader. Like Rob mentioned, Monty Williams, coach former now coach of the New Orleans Pelicans, got the old heave-ho. And immediately as I heard it, I thought about the process that the hometown Atlanta Hawks had to go through. You know, young players, young talented players, guys you might not know what to do with. Guys like Josh Smith were here, guys like Marvin Williams, Al Horford was here the whole time, Jeff Teague was trying to come into his own, and a couple of, after Mike Woodson got him to a certain point, the organization felt like it was time to make a change. They made the change to Larry Drew. That didn't necessarily work, but the process continued. You bring in Danny Ferry. Danny Ferry brings in his guy, Coach Budenholzer. You have a year in which you win 35, 37 games, whatnot. But you see the process. You get rid of Josh Smith. Marvin Williams is going off to Utah. You start you bring in Paul Millsap and guys like Thabo Cephalosha last year and Ken Bazemore last year, and you kind of see this thing rounding out. And then you put that centerpiece in place, that coach, that guy with the plan, the guy with the system come in, and immediately, boom, you go from 37 wins to 60 wins. And I think other organizations who have young talent, you got a guy like Anthony Davis. Like Anthony Davis wasn't here in Atlanta. Like Josh Smith was supposed to be Anthony Davis, kind of, sort of, but not really. You know what I mean? And most of these teams don't have that. So they're kind of already a leg up on what the Hawks are. And down as well.
I think so.
They kind of got a leg down as well because they're in the Western Conference. See, that's the other thing. See what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, you give a little bit, but you got to give a little bit back too. You get a little bit in the fact that you got one of the best players who's probably going to be the best player in the league in the next 2 or 3 years, but he plays in the devastatingly difficult Western Conference as well.
But you know what? I mean, he's a defensive player. I mean, he played both ways, but with a guy, they were able to get Coach Thibodeau down there. That wouldn't be a bad move. I mean, because he like I said, Tibbs is already the defensive, genius, defensive genius as they call him.
Yeah, but it's one of those things, man. It's like think about this Derrick Rose situation, man. We got to go back 3 years. Remember how Derrick Rose got hurt? It's in a game that was over. It was done, and that man was still in the ball game. Like because Derrick has gone through a couple more since then, we forget about the first one, the one that started the snowball rolling down the hill. A game that was in hand, and Derrick Rose was still in there competing like a bee. And that thing just popped, And that's the one thing, if you're an organization, you've gotta be mindful of the fact that if you're hiring Tom Thibodeau, you're hiring Tom Thibodeau in the way he does things. It's like 100 miles an hour. It's not no gray. It's black or it's white. Either we at 0 or we at 100. And
yeah, well, always. I mean, with Thibodeau, I mean, you can look. The proof is in the pudding, man. I mean, Chicago's had some misfortune with Derrick Rose being hurt. They never really have reached their full potential under him. But you can just look at that Celtics team, those Celtics teams that he was part of Doc Rivers' coaching staff, and you can look at defensive prowess of the championship team versus the next year when he was gone. I mean, it was like night and day.
Well, that's true, but you got to understand also, and we got to always make sure we make the distinction that there's always a different. I think Sam Mitchell used to always talk about this. It's only one seat over, but moving over that one seat from the assistant to the head coach is a whole different ball game. It's like because if Rajon Rondo's in the game, and Doc is ready for him to come out because the game is in hand, like Tom Thibodeau ain't got nothing to do with that. He ain't gonna be like, no, Doc, he needs to stay in the game.
Not that part.
But no, as a head coach, they're up by 20, and there's like 4 minutes left in the game. Yeah, Anthony Davis gonna play them whole 4 minutes. You know what I mean? Your best player is gonna play the whole 4 minutes, and it's like, is that what kind of life you want to lead? If so, because like you said, the dude has shown, he's proven his worth by all means. But if you want to put the best player in the league in those hands again, because he already had the best player in the league, by way of him being an MVP, he was the best player in the league. He already had that in his hands, and he kind of dealt with him the same way he dealt with anybody. Like, he treated that dude the same way he treats like Aaron Brooks. You know what I mean? It's like we all know they're two different dudes. You got to take kind of like the Bill Parcells angle to that. I don't treat everybody the same because every player ain't the same. You know what I mean? Like, I have Drew Bledsoe, and then there's Rick Meyer or whoever, some little pity ant backup is. I don't know. Everybody ain't get treated the same. Like, I got Brian Cox and whoever the third string linebacker is. Is what it is. Let's see. We got a couple more minutes here. Let me check our time real quick here, Rob. Yeah, we got about 8 minutes here. So let me see what else we got. If anything else is tickling my little fancy here. By the way, Rob. Go ahead.
I said, don't forget we're going to kill the fight of the century tonight.
Oh, God, yes. Quickly. Oh, no. Okay, you do it. You do it. I'll watch the game while you do this. Rob, let me tell you guys about the fight of the century.
From a financial standpoint, it was definitely the fight of the century. They're saying that May 2nd's pay-per-view fight obliterated the old record, drawing at 4.4 million pay-per-view buys, which generated over $400 million in revenue. Now, the old record was held by Mayweather when he fought Oscar De La Hoya in May of 2007, selling 2.48 million pay-per-view buys. The fight brought in 71 million. This fight, but like I said, for everything financially, and we talked about it last week, the week before that, and the week before that, from a financial standpoint, this thing was the fight of the century. But when you talk about the action that you got and the fight that you got, it left a lot to be desired.
Sounded to me like a whole bunch of people got. That's what it sounded like to me.
Yeah.
Like the biggest sham it's like the biggest sham of the century. That's what happened.
Yeah.
The biggest gank move of the century. Pulled off by one young Floyd Money Mayweather and Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao. Good for those dudes.
Yeah,
man.
They got everybody.
Yeah, everybody involved got rich. So good for those dudes. Good for them.
They hit everybody with a D's next.
Don't know if you heard though. Brittany Griner got married. Her and her.
Who?
Brittany Griner. Yeah, she got married. Her and the chick from the other team. Yeah, they got married, dude.
I did see that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
saw that.
Oh, yeah.
Gloria, whatever. Yeah, Gloria Griner now. Oh.
Is that how?
That's
ooh,
a porno name, Gloria Griner.
I another you stupid. Oh, who can deny the glories of lesbian porn? Gloria Griner.
Definitely. But it's crazy, man, because it's a local meteorologist here at Channel 2. Her name, what's her name? Katie Walls. And I swear that sounds like porno to me.
Yeah, because you're creepy Rob Lowe. That's why. That doesn't sound like porn to anybody but you. Yeah, I don't know what the hell you're even talking about. What was I about to say about? Because somebody tried to walk in the room while as though I'm not doing anything.
Oh no! Here. Well, you said Brittany got married.
Brittany did get married. The first thing. But now I've lost my train of thought as to what in the hell was the next thing I was going to talk about. You talked about porn, and so obviously that threw me off. And then, oh, by the way, as to clear something up from the other day, I kept on saying that I knew that the UGA coordinator's name wasn't Shanahan, but he is another coach's son, Brian Schottenheimer. That's Marty Schottenheimer. I don't know how that came to me the other day, but it fell into my brain some kind of way. And
hey, what about this boy Golston going around making his rounds, man? He's been to Florida State and came. He's in Georgia tomorrow.
You know, I'm all about that life. I'm all about that life. Yeah. Take some control. But
here's they trying to block him everywhere he trying to go.
Well, not everywhere. They're blocking him from going to Texas because Notre Dame plays Texas next year. But you're right. It's stupid. Yeah, like be adults. Stop being stupid. And stop trying to be in control of every damn thing. Like, he got to submit a list to Notre Dame of teams that he wants to go to and all this kind of foolishness.
He graduated.
Man. Yeah, it's just, and you know what? I meant to bring it up to Steve Silver, the guy we interviewed in the beginning of the first hour, but it slipped my mind. I had so many things I wanted to talk to him about, to be honest with you. So I had to kind of rein myself in. But yeah, that whole situation there is just, I don't know. He's going to have to get a waiver to play in the SEC if he chooses to. Like, if he chooses to go to Georgia and Alabama, who are considered to be two of the front runners, he's going to have to get a waiver due to the fact that two things happen. He only has 1 year of eligibility left, and two, the fact that he was disciplined by the school. You know, he had to sit out a couple years ago, 2 years ago, for academic reasons. So they have a clause within the SEC that says you have to get a waiver to be able to take advantage of the graduation transfer rule to transfer into the SEC. Yeah, I don't know. That's it's a bit. Oh, how much time we got? I just saw something that's been on my list for we got like 2 minutes. Have you ever heard of Velvet Gloves? You're a boxing fan. You're a big
Velvet Gloves.
Yeah, you're a big boxing fan. Velvet Gloves. I had to type it into my little search bar here because it's in my notes from so far away, or from so.
What are Velvet Gloves?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I'm so glad you asked. Velvet Gloves is the first all-gay boxing club in the state of New York, or in New York City. Yeah, New York City's first.
You better get the hell out of here.
I will not. I'll stay right here. Velvet Gloves is New York City's first and only boxing club for gay men. Oh, yeah.
So they really in there beating each other?
No, they're not. That's not happening. What's happening is they're training these guys. And as I read the article, I was like, okay, I feel you. You know, it's kind of like those
self-defense classes.
No. It's not that. It's not like that. They're actually working out. It's like you do a boxing workout, right? You do a boxing workout, right? Same thing. You know, you're not training to beat nobody's ass.
Man, this a meat market. No, it's
not.
Both the luxury boxing experience and the social club. Yeah, it is, man. It's a meat market.
No, it's not. Stop reading one line and read the whole article. See, do like the rest of us human beings do and do that part. Okay. It's kind of like akin to, and the ladies can understand what I'm saying. Those all women fitness clubs where women go because they don't want guys to try to be messing with them and giving them crazy looks and everything. So the gay guys go and they join this boxing club because they want to learn how to box. But a lot of gay guys they feel like they're going to be more awkward at it than a straight guy, which I don't think is the case. If you haven't boxed, you haven't boxed. So they go to learn how to box and get a workout. Well, Rob feels like that's totally hilarious. I don't know why, but. Yeah, I thought it was cool, but it's one of those things like, okay,
because you act like they're gonna be swinging like a girl.
No, like I'm telling you what's in the article.
Oh, okay.
Guys that were feeling kind of insecure about it. They thought it was a good idea. They go and they're amongst people that they're more comfortable. Other people who don't really know the sport of boxing as well as some other people may know, and they get to learn together. So I was like, just like anything else, it's a good thing. I was just wondering, what if some gay dude didn't some straight dude, one from New York was like, yeah, give me a boxing workout in. It's like a whole club full of gay dudes. It's like, that could be a shock to the senses. Anyway, That's our 90 minutes, man. Sports Kings Podcast, Big Mike, Rob Calloway.